What up, cucks? It's your boy, The Hater, and I wanted to do a video that specifically talked about the importance of being able to cut a promo. Now, wrestling is driven through many forces. One of these forces is the idea and the concept of the manager, right? The idea is that if you have a wrestler who has every single attribute but cannot cut a promo, you can stick him with a Paul Heyman type guy, and Paul Heyman will cut the same promo he's been cutting for 20 years, right? Which is basically, I'm Paul Heyman, this is my client, and he's awesome. That's basically it, right? But while that can work to cover up the shortcomings of exemplary wrestlers like Lesnar and Roman Reigns, it is not sufficient when you put someone like Curtis Axel or Solo Sikoa with Paul Heyman. It's never going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because Solo Sikoa, Curtis Axel, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, the Usos, they don't have the other attributes, right? Not only can they not cut a promo, but the vast majority of them look like shit. They don't look like real wrestlers. At least if you compare them to like Randy Orton or Batista or Cena or Triple H, fucking Farouk. Like all these guys just look better, right? So the idea of being able to cut a promo, in my opinion, is critical, right? It is more important than the ability to wrestle well. This is perfectly encapsulated by the career of one Enzo Amore. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Enzo Amore, one of the best things in recent memory WWE is when Enzo Amore buried all the cruiserweights. You can find it on YouTube. It's fucking great. Maybe I'll do a reaction video to it, right? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Enzo Amore basically goes down all these jobbers, right? You have like Jack Gallagher, Lindsay Dorado, Arya Davari, like these people that like they'll never draw a dime collectively, right? Pac is another one, or whatever the fuck his name was, Adrian Neville, right? And Enzo Amore basically just like bullies them verbally, right? And people are like, I can't believe the integrity of the cruiserweight title. What the fuck? What integrity? The other, like the last champion of the real cruiserweight title was Hornswoggle, right? It was never taken seriously, and I like Hornswoggle. He's actually entertaining. But the point is, Enzo Amore was able to cut a promo, and people were surprised how, despite not being great in the ring, Enzo Amore got a huge push. And it's like, this should surprise absolutely nobody, right? All the wrestlers that you know and love got a push because they're good on the mic. All of them, right? In the Attitude Era. All of them. Even Undertaker, motherfuckers, who is underrated on the mic. There are a few exceptions, of course, like which are basically very character-driven wrestlers, like Kane. Like Kane's idea is he can't speak, right? But he has every other attribute, right? He has presence. He has charisma. He has great comedic timing. Kane can cut a hell of a promo when given the chance, right? He looks like a monster. He has a cool gimmick, so it's fine. You can put Paul Bearer with him just like they put Paul Heyman with fucking Brock Lesnar, right? And he can carry himself as a main eventer because he fits all the other criteria, right? Now, I know that I'm talking specifically about main eventers. When we're talking about mid-card jobbers, right, you don't need any of these things. Like, anyone can be a mid-card jobber. Like, you can have, like, fucking, you know, like, Dolph Ziggler can be a mid-card jobber. This guy, like, I'll never forget it. It infuriated me, motherfuckers. There was this thing where it was like you know, one of the 1900 Miz and Dolph Ziggler feuds. There was like, I read like a Raw review once where they were like saying that like Miz and Dolph Ziggler went off on each other. The charisma was amazing on both sides. What the fuck are you talking about? Dolph Ziggler has no charisma. Dolph Ziggler can't cut a fucking promo. Do you live in the same world as I do? Like the implications that Dolph Ziggler was holding his own on the mic against The Miz is absurd. The Miz is like one of the best ever on the mic, and Dolph Ziggler is a complete mediocrity on the mic. That's why he never got anywhere. And people are like, well, I don't understand. Dolph Ziggler has everything that... No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the ability to cut a promo, which is the most important ability in wrestling. Because wrestling, again, I stress this, wrestling is not about wrestling, motherfuckers. It's about the storytelling, right? Let's take a look at some of the biggest stars of all time. Hulk Hogan, obviously incredible at promos. Ric Flair, obviously incredible at promos. Hell, even fucking Dusty Rhodes, incredible at promos, right? Triple H, good at promos. Jericho, a fucking ace at promos, right? Kurt Angle, great at promos. Benoit, shit at promos, lower on the card, right? A lot of people would say Benoit's better than even Angle, or definitely better than Jericho in the ring, but who gives a shit? He has no personality, zero charisma, and can't cut a promo, cucks. So that's why he's in the undercard, right? And also, you know, that's why he's not in the main event, aside from the fact that he's a murdering piece of shit. You know, I hope he burns in hell for what he did to his family, the motherfucker. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. The fact is, without the ability to cut a promo, a wrestler can never fully and truly get over, you know? This is just an axiomatic truth, right? you can make this argument even for the wrestlers that have managers, right? Like, the only exception is Brock Lesnar. But that's because Brock Lesnar really is a 1 in a billion, right? Brock Lesnar was over from the moment he debuted, because if you've, this is something I'm definitely going to react to. But Brock Lesnar's debut, motherfuckers, one of the best debuts of all time, right? You see that, you're like, this is fucking another level, right? This guy's like another level of a wrestler, right? But everybody else, even Roman Reigns, right? Like, Roman Reigns has never really been over, right? Like, the championship put him over, and the bloodline put him over, but Roman Reigns has never gotten himself over. This is just a fact. Not the way that Cena did, not the way that The Rock did, not the way that Stone Cold did. Even people like Randy Orton, he's never really been over. People like him because he's a mainstay and he's been in good feuds, but he's never been over like Jericho was over, or like The Rock was over, like I said, Stone Cold. You know, some of these, like, legend, even Kurt Angle, like, these legendary type wrestlers that get over because they have the ability to cut a promo, right? And I don't care what people say, the facts are the facts. Everyone that I mentioned is a master at the promo, right? Edge is another one, right? They're just good at promos. And then, like, you can just take, like, once you control for promo ability, right? Then you can look at every wrestler, right? You can rank them by their ability to cut a promo, and you can see exactly what their level of success was. And then you can compare that to the other attributes that are necessary. For example, The Miz. The Miz, great promo, not the greatest physique. He's got a good physique, of course, but obviously he's not John Cena, he's not Orton, he's not Batista, he's not Triple H, he's not The Rock, he's not even Stone Cold, right? So he's going to be limited by that because he's not big enough, etc., right? Same thing with CM Punk. CM Punk can have like a 20-year title reign all he wants, but the fact is that he was champion for like 450 days, and he main evented like 3 pay-per-views like during that entire, like, you know, there was like 17 pay-per-views, he main evented like 3 or 4 or some goofy number like that, right? And nobody should be shocked because he doesn't have the other attributes. CM Punk, I don't care what anyone says. CM Punk, I can concede that maybe he's decent on the mic, but CM Punk is not good in the ring. CM Punk, his wrestling just looks fake. And it's not that he can't execute the moves. It's just that because he's so small and skinny fat, it's just not believable for CM Punk to be able to do anything to someone like Ryback. Right? Like, Ryback would brutalize him, and we all know it. But it's like, Ryback has to go and sell like the shitty CM Punk kick that he does, a little marionette kick that looks like crap, you know what I mean? So the facts are what the facts are. Then, if you go up the list, and you see the wrestlers that are great, Jericho, fantastic physique, attractive guy, right? Gets some star power. Kurt Angle, insane physique, right? Like, prime Kurt Angle is like, you know, like we're talking about one of the best physiques ever. Like, he's just all veins and just like, you know, just the wrestling machine, Kurt Angle. Insane, right? Promo ability up the ass, and, you know, obviously fantastic in the ring, but not as charismatic as people more successful than him. Kurt Angle's main evented 1 WrestleMania, and there's a reason for that, right? Because people like Shawn Michaels are more charismatic. People like The Rock are more charismatic, and they're bigger, and they have more personality, right? So everybody can be clearly ranked, right? If we were to put, like, I don't know who you'd put the top, like the objective top, right? Like, in my opinion, Jericho is probably the GOAT, but like, but that's my personal opinion. I recognize that this doesn't conform to, like, you know, he's not my favorite wrestler, and I know that he's not objectively the best wrestler. Most people would probably say it's either Cena, now some might say Roman Reigns, Stone Cold, Rock, Hogan, and maybe some people might say Ric Flair or fucking Shawn Michaels, right? That's it. Any answer outside of those is just not the correct answer, right? Like, and some of the wrestlers that aren't in that category are fantastic wrestlers. Like, Kane is one of my personal favorites. I love The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, one of my personal favorites. You know, there's a lot of wrestlers. Christian Cage, my personal favorite, right? Edge, someone that I really like. All these guys are great wrestlers, in my opinion, better than some of these people, but they are not the best wrestler of all time. Let's just say it's Hulk Hogan for the sake of the argument. Hulk Hogan hits all the metrics. He looks great. He's got a great physique. He's fucking enormous. He's charismatic, right? He's over, and he's able to play up to the crowd, right? Like, if everything I just said, ask yourself, does CM Punk have any of these things? Fuck no, he doesn't. CM Punk will never get the reaction that Hulk Hogan would get when he would Hulk up. Never, no matter what he does. CM Punk could take a shit in the middle of the ring, and people will be like, oh, okay, whatever, it's CM Punk. Like, he'll do anything for attention, right? Hulk Hogan comes out, does the little thing where he cups his ear, people lose their fucking minds, right? there's a big difference to this, right? And all of this fundamentally hinges on someone's charisma, which fundamentally hinges on that person being able to display their charisma, which consequently hinges on whether or not this person is good at cutting a promo. Periodically, when I scroll through YouTube videos, through YouTube Shorts, I'll come across like a Miz promo, and he has so many like classic promos that are very like, you know, like low-key underutilized and not really mentioned, right? Like he buries John Cena, saying that John Cena is basically the same thing as The Rock. He's a sellout, right? The fans get behind it. He buries that cuckold Daniel Bryan on talking smack and one of the greatest things ever. He talks about his promo with like when he talks about JBL bullying him was fucking phenomenal, right? And like The Miz, like that's why in my opinion The Miz is like one of the best ever on the mic. But the facts are what the facts are. You need the other attributes too, but being good on the mic will get you very far, right? As you'll notice, even CM Punk, everyone that I mentioned that is good on the mic has basically been a world champion, right? Basically everyone, like literally everyone that's ever been good on the mic has been a world champion. Now, maybe not in WWE, like Bubba Ray Dudley, another one who I think is one of the best ever on the mic. He became a world champion in TNA, and he didn't do it because he got in shape, right? I mean, that obviously helped. He did it because he was charismatic, right? Now, that's not the only way. There's people that are not, you know, good on the mic, like Batista and Brock Lesnar and things like that, who do become world champions. But then you have to go to a different extreme, right? Yes, Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, Batista, Brock Lesnar, right? These guys don't have to be good on the mic because fucking look at them, motherfucks. Look at them. It's like if you saw Jinder Mahal next to CM Punk, you'd think they're different species. You know what I'm saying? It's like night and day. CM Punk is like 5'10", Jinder Mahal is like 6'5". You know what I mean? And he's like more muscular than CM Punk by a significant metric, right? So it's like, you know, if you're otherworldly, right? If you're the Big Show or the Great Khali or Mark Henry or Jinder Mahal or, you know, Brock Lesnar, if you're in that category of human, then yeah, you can become champion, sometimes even multiple-time champion. Like if you're Kane or Brock Lesnar, you know, you can become a multiple-time champion, right? Oh, but you might at least will have one title if you're like Mark Henry and things like that, right? If you're otherworldly. But you might not. There's also Big Viscera. Remember Big Vis? Rest in peace, motherfucker. Big Vis never became champion, right? Fucking Omos is not champion because he's not otherworldly. He's otherworldly tall, but he's also like below average charisma. He has like 0 mic skills. He's not even that jacked. Like it's kind of weird. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this. Being able to cut a promo is going to get you where you need to be. Not always, right? The promo will not always get it done. Like Enzo Amore at the end of the day doesn't have a job and he was great at promos, right? Road Dogg never became world champion. He was great at promos. But, you know, again, Road Dogg and Enzo Amore, like, look at them, right? I mean, just look at them and look at their tag team partner, right? And you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, Road Dogg is, like, younger than Billy Gunn, but Billy Gunn is, like, 100 times in better shape and always has been. Same thing with Enzo and Cass. It's like, they're like, you know, like Enzo is like 5'3", Cass is like 7 foot, you know what I'm saying? And you can't teach that. How you doing, motherfucker?